Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 10th episode of Shadow's House. And last episode we finally had Emilico and Kate reunited. It felt like it was been so long, but we had freaking Edward trying to conspire against them with being like playing very dirty, like, hey, there's only one item of the whole group that could have possibly allowed you to save Kate, and you had no way to know that, and if somebody else grabbed it first, you would have literally had no chance of victory, so ha ha ha, screw you. But we reverse Uno card and we're like, no, screw you. I am Emilico. I play by my own rules. We play by our own rules. We do what we want. And then she did stuff and rescued her, and it was great. So, yeah, now I think we're on our way out. Like, we gotta try to find the exit. So, hopefully we can do that. So, let's jump on in and see how that goes. 3, 2, 1, play. Aniplex. Bum. Bum, 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 bum. Opening. Shadow House. The House of the Shadows. The house which almost feels like its own country. With its own customs, cultural norms, rules. No escape. Hierarchy. Like, this whole show takes place in this house. Like, that just really just dawned on me just now. Like, I know the show is called Shadow House, but like, there's nothing else. There's at no point we're outside the house. I don't think. So yeah, the rest of the world might as well not even exist. So for all intents and purposes, yeah, it's a country, really. The final pair. It's the final countdown. Yeah, this is what we had last episode. I appreciate getting to see it again. Right in the flowers. And people underestimate this girl. She is a real genius of this household. Okay, that didn't look good. Uh, uh, yeah, maybe we could get a band-aid. Because yeah, damage in the face is a no-go, so I might lose points for that. At least we're together. That's good to hear. I am a sturdy doll. Yeah, if she was bleeding, you would probably notice. At least, if blood got on her clothes, nobody would notice. I think I hear the bell. Gotta keep your dolls nice and clean. Yeah, definitely making sure she's clean. Okay. I guess we couldn't make it in time after all. Screw you, dude. Seriously. Nobody likes you. Okay, so it hasn't. Okay. It's good that you let me know that. You're just a terrible person, terrible judge, or what's the word for it? Overseer of an event, whatever you want to call it, position. Just slam it. See that smug, satisfied face? I just want to punch it. Birds? Or, you know, soot birds. Check the upper level. It's Keikaku Dori. Get it right. Right, I do remember this scene. What? I'm getting really curious. That's what I want to see on his face, though. Oh my god, oh wow, we are sailing. Wow, okay, this is a thing that's happening. Wow, I did not expect that one. Okay. Man, never underestimated Miliko. Especially when she's with Kate. Man, I cannot believe the amount of dividends choosing that as our item has paid. Just kiss you too. It's just like such a great example of teamwork because she has the boat and she, you know, is the engine essentially. I mean, she did a little bit before. And she didn't break any boulders or blow up cages, but yeah, she can do it. That was important. Yeah, Miliko's not the only smart one. These two are just so perfect for each other. We've come so far since episode 1. I still remember being like, I wonder what the card's going to be useful for. I still remember thinking that back in the beginning of this event. And boy, did we find out. But we did not, because we're special snowflakes. Okay. Not lose control, please. Yeah, so we can be friends as equals, not just her object. It's like a really fun water slide ride at a park. Well, rest in peace, cart. You were invaluable. Oh my god, their wings. Oh, that is so cool. And it's like a bit of a role reversal. Like she's, yeah. Oh man, that was so good. All of that was so good. Can I watch it again? But hopefully they didn't get the clothes dirty. Yeah, that was great. Don't worry about it. You did well. And we just like barely made it, right? And it was after he closed the gate, so joke's on him. Final pair. Maybe because she wanted to have a trump card. Kirifuda, I think it's called in Japanese. Yeah. Elaborate. Okay, so I was hoping to get something from these two. Are we going to? Get some, like, dialogue? I mean, handling's nice, I'll take that, but I would also like some dialogue. Well, you kind of had to, didn't you? Pretty in sync. Yeah, I mean... It's a lot slower than the water slide. Is that all she said during the trip? I mean, it's a start. Oh, Soot. We're not melting her, are we? Are we? I was joking, Oh god, what is happening? Uh... 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 What? 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 That didn't just happen. What? I... What? I must have been seeing things. I'm not gonna worry about it. Eh. So, I mean, we have a party. So did she, like, disappear because they didn't pass the debut? Is that what that situation was? Because otherwise I'm confused. It's supposed to be a shadowy drink. Pinky out. Maybe we should put some sugar and creamer in it. I don't like how you phrase that, and I will not take any drink they gave me. I mean, that's what I assumed. Yeah. Okay. That's how you enter the scene. Mari Rose. Her face. That's a phrase. That's a sentence. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Something odd about the way she says Mari Rose. I don't know. I don't know. It feels like there's a lot of emphasis on the ma. I don't know. And these two. So unsettling. Like, that hasn't changed. I... What about like, are these going to acknowledge her in some capacity? Are we going to talk about that at all? Like, I know she didn't pass, but I mean... that was not cool. That's... I know, right? It's really messed up. Yeah, I think we kind of saw that. I mean, I entered denial pretty quickly afterwards, but yeah, we kind of saw that. But yeah, I mean, I would just imagine the living doll would just literally be thrown away. But I don't really want to think about that. A little fidgety there, John. Okay. You just hand her like yeah, I'm still depressed about Realm. I can only get so excited about this stuff. But they sure are excited. What an honor to move his hand in our general direction. Oh, what the frick? Uh, well, okay. Uh, that was a reaction. Yeah, I told you shouldn't have drank that. Well, aren't you comfortable? She still got that tongue game. In most shows, that have a very different meaning. Yeah, they just turn it on like that. Facial compatibility and suit volume. Such weird parameters. You're a fundamental flaw. Yeah, which is unfortunate, but I just never just want to hear that in like such a serious context. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so they like base themselves off of the doll itself. Okay, wow, this is wow. Okay, wow, this gives us a bunch of information like right there. Okay. So like not even really human. Explains a lot. Was a first, that's not a usual thing that happens. Oh, I can't have that. Drink. Okay, I really don't like the sound of that. So they're not so much afraid about the dolls acting up, it's causing the shadows to. I mean, I guess that's not the worst thing that could happen. Oh. Wonder if that's how it is for a lot of the Veil dolls. Just debut failures. You're not wrong, but I don't like how you said it. The children's wing in your care. I would not place a children's wing in his care. Yeah, judge, that's what they call him. You tell him. The nerve. Does he know that grandfather's a god? Wastrels, that's a word. You watch what you say about Kate. Good job. Yeah, but she kind of drank the tea or coffee, whatever. So. Don't deny me. I don't want to see those eyes. Can we please do something about that? Oh man, that is... I don't even know, I don't even have words to describe how that makes me feel. Those eyes. Like... It's like another level of feeling uncomfortable I didn't even know was possible when I see those eyes. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I thought the mimicry stuff we got between Doll and Shadow was unsettling, but when I see Kate with those eyes, it's just not okay. It is so not okay. I don't even know how to feel at the end of this episode. I just... It hit me with a lot the last 5 minutes or so. I think we see a little house in front of a big house. I'm still kind of curious. And that little house is like within a house that's facing that house. I really do feel like that's got to have some kind of meaning to it. Dark drink. Udoi no mimono. I mean, that is... Yeah, the thing we drank. Okay. That was the 10th episode of Shadow's House. And I mean, first half, it was pretty exciting stuff, right? Like... We had some nice little bonding stuff between Kate and Emiliko, which is cool. We were by the river. She was like cleaning up Kate, cleaning up Emiliko. They got a little bit banged up, right? A little bit dirty. And they were kind of like, it almost felt like they were getting like kind of resolving to the fact that they weren't going to win because they were obviously pretty far behind. Not a lot of time left. Which is, of course, very concerning. Edward is over there just being his usual douchebag, gloaty, ha ha ha, my plans are all coming together, screw you. You know, his usual self. I really don't like him. I kind of despise him. Right, closing the gate before it's technically over because, well, they couldn't possibly win, so, you know, why would I bother to keep it open for a little bit longer when I can just shut it early to show what an asshole I am? I don't like him, I really don't. Yeah, so he did that, but little did he know, it didn't matter in the end because, I mean, Kate and Emilico, they already kind of outsmarted him once with just getting Kate out of the cage. This time, we just whoosh, like, that was such a great payoff scene. Like, so many things came together. Like, the cart that the wheelbarrow, I mean, I call it a cart usually. I think it's a cart. That she chose at the beginning. Like, that just came so in handy. Just as a thing to land in, a thing to carry stuff in. A chance to, like, bond with Rum because they're, like, pushing up together at some point, I think. So, but yeah, the most recent thing was to actually have it be a boat. Right? It's a nice little boat for them to just kind of sail the river in. And you got Kate blasting soot left and right to be able to, yeah, speed it up and control it and stuff like that. Like, ultimate teamwork was great to see. Like, that was already really exciting stuff. And then, like, near the end, we have Kate just, like, sprouting soot wings, and she was Princess carrying Emilico. So it was, like, a complete reversal of the roles, you know, just kind of really showcasing just how great partners they are. Like, how great of a dynamic they have. And that is how they succeeded, by just like barely giddy passing, like being the final pair. But they passed, so that's the important thing. Rum and Shirley were not so lucky, right? That just that hurt. Like, we saw them walking, hand holding. It was some that was kind of nice, but like, it did not end on a nice note. Just. We literally saw her just like break down, like dissolve. I just really, that caught me off guard. I think that was conveyed in my reaction, but that caught me off guard a little bit. I didn't even know what was happening. But I mean, I'm still not even completely sure what happened there. Like, obviously she broke down, but like, there was one comment that made it seem like that wasn't what always happens during debuts, but I don't know. There was a lot of information to take in this episode. I'll have to rewatch that later to make sure I didn't miss anything, but she just literally essentially died there. Rum gets her memories wiped and repurposed as a veiled doll. Man, it kind of glossed over that whole thing a little bit, but that hurts a lot to think about. We had a party. I mean, of course we did, like, celebration of the debut and all that. They gave us a very bitter, dark drink, which I did not trust. Like, I did not trust that 1 second, and apparently it was not trustworthy because the dolls drink it. They, like, memories messed up, loyalty to grandfather, stuff like that. Like, when they had that scene, when they were, like, looking up above at grandfather in the window or whatever, and they panned over to Emilico and showed that face. I don't have words to describe whatever emotion I felt right there, but it was not okay. That was so not okay. Like, just... Emilico was supposed to be this bright, cheerful, intelligent, lovable, independent, unique, special individual, and, like, she downs a drink unknowing of what it does, and it just turns her into that. It's heartbreaking. Luckily, we got some explanation on the Shadows. Like, if I understood that correctly, they start off as, like, little blobby thingies, and then they have the living doll, which, yeah, this really just shakes up my understanding of how this works, but, because I thought, like, the living dolls were made in, like, modeled after the Shadows, right? That's what I thought. But apparently it's kind of the opposite. Like, the Shadows look at the living dolls, and because the living dolls are very human-like, even though they're technically not. So the Shadows kind of take that as a basis to, yeah, just basically mimicking the dolls, even though we were led to believe the dolls are supposed to mimic them. But it's like, it's so weird how backwards and different it is, right? But yeah, they develop their form and personality based on the doll, right? Until eventually integrating with it completely as the end game. But apparently, yeah, Shirley and Ron, that was an example of things not quite going how it's supposed to according to their grand shadowy plan. But I'm really glad to get that info, though. That explains a lot, answered a lot of questions I had. But still, this whole thing is so messed up. Like, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. Edward's still doing his thing, trying to move up that ladder, gain power. And Shirley and Rum are just gone. Like, I had all these thoughts in my head about how things are going to improve later on. You know, they would bond more and there'd be a lot of good development between them and things would improve a lot. No, apparently they didn't. Just, it's over. I still can't fully accept that, but I mean, I saw her disappear in front of my eyes. I can't really, I don't really have a choice but to accept it, but it does still hurts. And then we had that final scene where we had, you know, Kate and Miliko together, talking about how good at cleaning she was. And then Kate brings up, hey, you know, Rum, like, how do you feel about that? That's some pretty upsetting stuff, right? And she's like, well, living dolls, if they're no longer useful, then yeah, they obviously should be thrown away like yesterday's garbage. I mean, that goes without saying, right? Skeletan, like, it's just how it is. And of course, they made sure not to show her eyes when she was saying all that. But then after we get the look of shock from Kate, it pans up, and we see, like, TV staticky eyes, and even though she's smiling, she's really not, like... In the way it moves at the very end, that is what really, like, tripled how bad it was. Like, I don't know, I can't even describe why, it just... The staticky eyes were bad enough, and then there's slight movement, just really... please make it stop. We gotta be able to fix that, right? Like, I don't know. One thing that was interesting that they said was that part of the reason why they try to make sure the living dolls don't, like, think unnecessary things, however they phrase it, right? Is not so much because the dolls they can handle pretty easily. They can essentially drug them with the dark drink or whatever. But the dark drink doesn't work on the shadow. So if the living doll influences the shadow in a way that's not okay by the higher ups, then that's a problem by their standards. So that's why I try to keep the dolls in line. And I think that's pretty much all I had to say on the episode. Just, like, it's not that I believed everyone would pass, I just didn't think failing meant that. I mean, I guess I should have, I mean, like, what did I think failing would mean? Like, this is obviously a really harsh place, not very forgiving, so obviously nothing good would come from failing, and it was looking like Rum and Shirley would fail for a while there. But I don't know. I don't have anything else to say. I'm just still upset, so it ended off here. If you like the reaction, like button, Patreon, keep watching, stuff like that. So, bye-bye.